to Tutorials, and in this video you are going to learn about React hooks use effect. So what is use effect? The effect hook effect helps to perform side effects from a function component. So what is side effect? The side effect is whenever user clicks on a button, whenever the page loads, or whenever user key presses the keyboard. So this kind of event when takes place, and then some side effect takes place. So this function works on side effects. This use effect, it serves the same purpose as component did mount, component did update, and component did will mount in React classes. So when there was no this hook concept in React.js, that time uh, these functions used to work in place of this use effect. So this use effect is very handy when calling API particularly. So let's see with example. So let's open command prompt, and then let me go to D drive, cd Reactjs class, then npx create React app use effect. Example, we are installing a new app using this command. Okay, so now it's successfully installed. Now let's go to cd and then press enter. Okay, npm start. In the meantime, let's start Visual Studio Code. We close this folder. Oh, it got closed. Click on open folder, then click on src and then app.js. Now it has successfully run. So the first thing that we need to do to use effect, we need to call this import React, then use effect here, use state as well as use effect, and inside this let's delete everything. This and here, so here const value and then set value equals to use state. So first I will show what is the problem with use state and where we require this use effect. So here let's write here something called blocks, and here inside return let's start a div and div as well, and here button. Let's create 3 buttons. First button is uh, post, blog post. The first button is blog post, where it is set value. So when that means we can update this state. here. So this is the one, set value, and then blog post. Let's create another button. Let's create two other buttons. Again, the button is this and this. So the first one is blog post, second one is participants, and third one is comments or feedbacks. Okay, so there is spelling mistakes. Let's update this. All right, and now the value will be showing here. Say value and single, not double. This value will display here after clicking. So this is the output. uh, Let me add here bootstrap as well. Let's add here bootstrap, then okay, looks like I've not given here button class. So it will be class name equals to btn success. Class name equals to btn danger. Class name equals to btn warning, and then here class name container. Okay, so we have now three buttons here, blog, and whenever we click, something updates here. That means you can see the value is updating here, right? Okay, now with this we will also use effect. Okay, so here let's write use effect. So as soon as I just wrote here use effect, you can see it get called automatically. So here will be function again, then this, and here we will just write console.log you clicked me. Okay, just we will print this message in console.log. And now let's check. So what happens here when we use effect? So let's refresh the page. You can see this ran first time without clicking anything. So that means what? This use effect normally runs when the page is loaded. So that is a side effect of the page. The side effect here is that some event took place, some event was performed, and the event was page load. So it is more of like JavaScript when we say on body load. Okay, or in Angular it is normally ng on init. So it is similar to that. And now not only after loading, so whenever we will click here, whenever we are clicking here, you can see the counter is increasing every time. Here it is 7 times, you can see. So whenever some action is performed, then every time that use effect function runs here. Okay, so that is the things that whenever page loads or some action is performed, then use effect runs here every time. So that is the point number one regarding this use effect. Now if we want to load only once, in that it takes parameter here, and the parameter is empty parameter. That means what? It will run only one. So let's say now, so this is here. If I click on block, then nothing happens. You can see because first time when the page was loaded, it ran one time. So when you want your application to run use effect only once, in that case you just put this square empty array, okay, after this comma, or else every time it will run. Now if you want to run this click me, clicking on any particular event, for example, if I click on block, it won't happen anything. If I click on participant, only then this use effect to run. When I click on comments, then it shouldn't run. Okay, so in short, if you want to run use effect on any particular event or function, in that case you can pass here parameter in this under this. So now let's see here. For example, uh, here when we click on the blog, right, this blogs, then it should run here. So let's do one thing here. We will pass this uh, set value, right here. We will pass here set value, then sorry, not set value, actually value, this one. Okay, so first time when you refresh it, then you can see first time it ran, and whenever you click the button, and once again it run every time, because the reason is we have called this in the set value in all the buttons. So now let's create one more here, say feeds. We will write here feeds and then set feed, set feeds, right? So this time we are going to call here set feeds here, and then uh, button name is feedback, and I will just change it to feeds. Okay, now let's go and refresh it. So once refreshed, it is showing first time. When I click on blog post, nothing happens. You see, doesn't happen anything. When you click on participant, nothing happens. It is changing the value here, but the event, that means use effect, is not being called. Okay, but when I click on comment, then it ran here, and it ran only once, right? So whenever you want to run use effect on particular event or particular function, in that case you have to pass here parameter. Why did it run here? Because you can see we have passed here the value, so based on the value you can run your use effect function or hook. So what is happening here, we are calling this set feeds function, and then it is going here, and now it is coming and checking, and when this parameter matches, then only it runs here. But when we click on set value other two, it doesn't happen anything. Okay, so this way you can control, this way you can control use effect functionality as well. So let me show you with practical example. This is the JSON data where you can see data and ID, user ID, body, title. Okay, all the details are here. So we will fetch through uh, use effect, and I will show you how that will work. First, let's create a folder, services. Inside this, we will create a file called list.js. List.js. Okay. Here, I will paste this code. So actually, this is a function, and export default. Export default. Oh, it's already exported, so we don't need to worry this. So this function is what it's doing, getting the list. Okay, it will get the list of this data, and then we will use it into our app.js file here in this one. So currently I've deleted everything here. So here we will import this use effect in your state and get list. This is the same file that we just created here. Okay, and then function app, and then here export default default app. Here return the empty tag. Now here let's create one use state function. So here is list, set list, and use state. Currently this is empty array. Okay, and let's write here use effect function. So use effect, then insert this one second function. So this, and then here let's write here use mounted true. Mounted in the sense that uh, it loaded. Okay, so initially the loaded will be true. Now create a function called get list, and then here, not this actually, it will be this one, and here insert this uh, items, then in here we will check if mounted, that means if loaded, then set items to data. That means whatever value it has come here, it will set here in the set list in this function. So that means whatever data will be coming here, it will be assigned to list through this set list data. Okay, and finally we will write here mounted false, and here we will use effect array, and here inside the output we will write this code. So we are just putting here div, and then we will loop through this list of map item, then key item and title. Here it will show. Now we are looping through this list, right? This list looping through, and key.id, then title. Now let's see. So finally it is displaying the list here from real-time data, right? So let me explain once again how it works. What we did, we fetched the data here in a separate file. And why did I do like this? Because this component can be reusable. That means this can be used by other application also. So that was the problem with the class component, because it was not possible to write this uh, did mount in a separate file. Okay, it was not possible in class. So with this functional component, you can write this data part in a separate file, and you can call here. So get list, here we are calling here the list, here this get list, and inside this get list, and yes, we have used here use state. So as you know, in use state what happens, this is the function and this is the value part, right? So now, and initially component did not means loaded true, we said loaded true, right? Then here get list, then items, this is the variable name if you want to give it any name. If mounted, if it is loaded, then set list will be called this one, and the data, the items dot data, this one will be set here. That means whatever value will be coming, this value will be set, passed to this list. So now the list has complete list of data whatever we have. So this is possible through use effect. Now mounted false, and here we have passed this one to, it will load only once, or else whenever if you click something or you do something else, every time it will be running if you don't pass this empty array. And now finally, because in the list has everything means complete data, so now we will look through it So list.map item, this is key value, then key the item ID we are taking from here. So this is the data we are taking, ID, then title here, item ID, and then item title. So if you want to show body also, then simply you just write below here body, then it will show the body of the content also. Yes, so this is title and this is body also, title and body. So this way you can use effect for loading the data. So that's it in this video, and thanks for watching. Still you have not subscribed my channel, then I request you please subscribe my channel, and also like and write your valuable opinion in the comment box. So thanks for watching. Bye bye.